Page 3 of our 2D geometry review sheet, number 8, find the area and perimeter of the figure, round to the nearest hundredth. We can see we have a triangle on top of a semicircle. Let's start with the perimeter. When we do our perimeter, we're going to include the two sides of the triangle, which would be 16 centimeters and 16 centimeters. We can see by the little lines on the side of the triangle. And then we're going to have to include the circumference of the semicircle. So for our semicircle, okay, our circumference is going to be pi times diameter divided by 2. The diameter is 10, so that'll be pi times 10 divided by 2, or just 5 pi, and we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, so let's do 5 times pi rounded to the nearest hundredth is going to be 15.71. So then our perimeter is going to be that 15.71 plus 16 plus 16. Which will be 47.71. So perimeter 47.71 centimeters. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of separate my work for area. Let's do our triangle first, I guess. Triangle is going to be 1/2 base times height. Our base is 10. Our height is 15 because they are perpendicular. Remember, base and height are always perpendicular to each other. Okay, so then we're going to get, let's see, an area for our triangle of 75 centimeters squared. And then let's find our area of our semicircle. Right, so area equals pi r squared divided by 2. If the diameter of our circle was 10, our radius is going to be 5. So that'll be 25 pi divided by 2, or 12.5 pi. Let's multiply by pi and round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so it'll be 39.27. And then our total, 75 plus 39. 0.27, 114.27. So 114.27 centimeters squared. Okay, let's move on to number 9. And here you might need a separate piece of paper to show all your work. A, the perimeter of a square is 36 meters. Determine the area, right? So we've got a square. We know a square, all 4 sides are equal. So perimeter is just going to be 4 times the side length. Perimeter is 36. So if the perimeter is 36, that must mean the side length is 9. To find the area of a square, side squared. So that's going to be 9 squared. Our area is going to be 81 meters squared. Okay, B. The circumference of a circle is 75 pi units. Find the area to the nearest hole. Okay, so we're talking circumference. We know the circumference is 75 pi, so we'll substitute that in for C. That's what we know. From here, we can solve for D, our diameter. We'll divide both sides by pi. 75 is equal to D. Okay. We want to find the area. So to find the area, it'll be helpful to have the radius. So we're just going to divide by 2. 75 divided by 2 is going to be 37.5. Now we can go find the area. Pi r squared. So that'll be 37.5 squared. 5 squared, 1,406.25. I'll round to the 10th for now, 1,406.3 pi. Now we'll multiply by pi and round to the nearest whole. 3 times pi, let's see, 4,418. And we have units, so units squared. Good. All right, moving on up. C. Find the radius of a circle with an area of 300 centimeters squared. Round to the nearest hundredth. So area equals pi r squared. The area is 300, so that goes in for A, equals pi r squared. We're going to solve for r radius. First thing we're going to do is divide by pi. Oh, it's not in terms of pi, so we actually have to take our calculator and divide. So 300 divided by pi. I'm going to leave it to the thousandths for now, and then we'll round to the hundreds at the end. 95.493. Now to undo the squaring, remember we have to take the square root of both sides. So we've got, let's see, square root of 95.493. So hold on, typed in wrong, 95.493. And we can round to the nearest hundredth now, and that's going to be 9.77. So our radius is 9.77 centimeters. Always want to make sure we include our units. Okay. D. The area of a trapezoid is 99 centimeters squared. If the bases are 15 and 7 centimeters, then what is the measurement of the height? So let's get our formula there. 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times our height. You could have used the other one, base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. That would have been fine. Substitute in, we've got our area. We've got our bases there, and we're going to solve for height. So let's simplify. Let's see, that's going to be 22. Half of 22 is 11, so 11h. Divide both sides by 11, and we're going to wind up with 9 equals h. So the height is 9 centimeters. Okay. Last two. Let's go for E here. Find the base of a parallelogram with an area of 73.5 centimeters squared and a height of 5 1/4. So for myself, I'm just going to rewrite that as a decimal, 5.25. Remember our area formula of a parallelogram, base times height. We're told the area is 73.5. We're looking for the base, and the height is 5.25. So solve for B. Let's divide both sides by 5.25. Okay. And we get 14 exactly. So the base B is 14 centimeters. Now, F, find the base of a triangle with an area of 35 meters squared and a height of 3.5 meters. Okay. Area equals 1/2 base times height. Our area is 35, so it's going to be 1/2 B times our 3.5. We can simplify this, right, kind of using our commutative property. Half of 3.5. So do 0.5 times 3.5 in my calculator, 1.75b, divide both sides by 1.75, and we're going to get b is equal to 20. So the base is 20 meters.